Hello and welcome to my video lecture on the use of the MySQL, primarily the phpMyAdmin tool that comes with the XAMPP control software. So here we've got the XAMPP control panel up and running. Here you can see that I've already started Apache and I've started MySQL. So now I've got MySQL running. A little note, right? So MySQL is running on 3306. If you're going to set up this environment, you either will need this installation to be your first installation, or if you've installed MySQL previously, you'll have to change this port. I'm not going to get into that right now, but that's something that you either uninstall your first installation of MySQL if you don't need it anymore, if you're going to use XAMPP, or if you're going to use XAMPP, you're going to have to deal with the ports that MySQL is using. Anyway, so I'm going to click on Admin, which is going to start up the PHP MyAdmin software. As you can see, we have a little panel over here. It's going to show us some of the information about PHP MyAdmin. We've got the MySQL instance or information, which is really taking care of other things. We're not going to get into that. But let's just take a little quick tour around. We can see here we've got our general settings displayed for us. We can see the collation that's being used. This is the language. The CI basically means it's case insensitive. It's UTF-8. You can see that it's set up for English. And we really won't get into the theme and the font size. That's display purposes. You can see down here at the bottom I have a warning that my configuration files contain settings root with no password. So I'm leaving it that way because this is my local host version of the MySQL database, and it's fairly secure, so I really don't need a root password. If I click on databases, I get a list of all the databases. As you can see, they pretty much match up with what you see over here. And you can see that they're all entered in lowercase, which is good for a bunch of reasons when we start getting into PHP, because it's all case sensitive. So you want your database names to be lowercase, you want your tables names to be lowercase, you want your field names to be lowercase, etc. So there are your databases. We've got an SQL window here. If you click on the SQL tab, you can enter SQL directly. Here's a clear button just to clear your SQL area. It's basically telling you that you're running queries on server 127.0.0.1, which is associated with the local host, my local computer. You can see way over here, it's got the Go button. So after you type in your SQL, you click on the Go button, and that will execute your SQL and display the result set. We've got status, which basically shows probably stuff you're not going to really need to get into. But it shows processes that are running. You have the ability to kill processes if they're running amok. This is on the server. You've got query statistics, all status variables. This gets kind of involved. Users, these are all the users that are set up on this server. See, so we're on the server. So these are all of the users associated with this server. You have the root user has all privileges on all databases. That's your administrative user. Then you go to, and you can edit privileges over here. You can export the users. And then we've got the export table. So if we click on export, this is a way of exporting stuff from your database. So if you're developing locally and you also have a hosted MySQL web server that you're trying to maintain, it's going to become difficult to keep them both in sync. But anything you make changes to here, you can export and then upload into your hosted version. Here we've got import, and this is the other way around. So if you have stuff that you've exported from another source and you want to import into this server, you can import it here. We've got settings. Again, we have no saved settings, and probably not going to get into a lot of that unless you're a little bit more advanced. Then we got replication, variables, char sets, engines, all of which are going to get more complicated than we need to get. But that's a pretty straight tour of the basics of the PHP MySQL, and I hope this was a little helpful, and there will be more videos getting into the nitty-gritty of all of these tabs. So hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you on the next one.